What is the primary reason for learning a language, including a dead one like Latin? Hi, I'm Emily Weiss, host of Latin Storytime, where I help you introduce your child to the Latin language through diglot, or two-language forms of classic children's stories. In this series, we're taking a look at the various benefits people claim are good reasons for you or your child to learn Latin. You can find the links for all the previous videos below. So far, we've looked at whether Latin helps you learn other languages, increases your cognitive abilities, or improves your English language skills. Today, we're looking at the cultural reasons for studying Latin. Often, one of the selling points of Latin that people offer up is understand ancient Roman culture. Now, this in itself does have value, and to be sure, being able to read Latin would open up to you all of ancient Roman literature and therefore culture. But usually this selling point is referring more to trivia and tidbits that will be covered in English during a few years of Latin study. Things like dressing up in togas or building a model of the ancient Roman forum come to mind. Things that could just as easily be integrated into an English-speaking only classroom. But let's look outside of just the ancient Roman Empire. Latin extended past the fall of Rome to be a common language for the broader Western world. A vast majority of our religious, historical, philosophical, and scientific works were written in Latin up until just a couple hundred years ago. That means that reading Latin opens up for you a treasure trove of Western culture. The little pieces of Latin you see in our modern world, like state and school mottos, medical, scientific, and legal terms, quotations in English literature, those are all just the tip of the iceberg of Latin's influence on Western culture. Imagine being able to access that wealth without dependence upon a translator. Translations, however faithful to the text, can't fully match the language constructions, word choices, or sounds and rhythms of the original Latin. To me, that's the most compelling reason for learning Latin. The purpose of language is communication, and in this case, communication with our culture's past. When we study language for some other primary goal than communication, we're missing out on all the beauty and good it is designed for. This reason for studying Latin also offers us a very clear method and final end goal. The final end goal is reading fluency, the ability to pick up a Latin text and read it with understanding, just like you would an English book. That sounds incredibly daunting if you already learned some Latin, but have been dependent upon dictionaries and grammars to decipher texts. So we need a way to learn a lot of Latin that won't burn us out on the way. Reading methods, or natural direct methods of learning Latin, are the best for this. They teach you to read, not decipher Latin, and through stories and relevant, useful vocabulary can do so in a way that is interesting and invigorating. Cambridge Latin course is very respected for its use of the reading method, where you are carried along through a Latin storyline of increasing complexity. But in many ways, Cambridge still encourages the exercise of translating between English and Latin. If you want to go for even more natural comprehension, where the Latin is linked to ideas in your mind, not English translations, then Picta Dicta Latin Primer and Hans Orberg's Lingua Latina per se Illustrata are the best for this. I'll provide links to these resources in the description box. Now, what do you think? Is this a compelling reason to learn Latin? Or is there some other goal you're aiming for? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for joining me for this series, and be sure to subscribe for more Latin learning resources. Bye!